Hey folks, how are we doing? It's Ashley here. So I made this set of nails for an autumn themed challenge in my Facebook group, and everyone really liked them, and I got asked for tutorials by several people. My sister also really liked them, so I'm gonna make her a set and let you guys watch along while I show you how I did this. It's super easy, you can totally do it. But this is the original set of nails. And so I got some really pretty autumn colors in there. Kind of made it look like a hazy, rainy autumn night. Okay, so let me show you what we're gonna need for this manicure. So my sister is a real-life ballerina, so I always make her ballerina-shaped nails, and she needs them short. So these will be a little bit shorter than the ones I made for myself over there. But these are all prepped and ready to go, so I have my set of nails. The main color that we're going to use in this is Mooncat's Kafkaesque, and it is not the least bit Kafkaesque. Honestly, it is the most beautiful dark chocolate I've ever seen. I'm not even a fan of brown. I love this color. Okay, and then the secondary color is going to be, it's a Queen stamping polish. It's just this really pretty foily gold. And so those are the main colors, and then I have a few that are just accents. This is an old Live Love polish called Refracted. And it kind of is like a black jelly, but then it has like purple and gold. It's like very carnival. It's really pretty, but it has like that gold feel that I'm going for. And in the same way, they did a collection with Illimity. I don't know how to say that, but this was a Frida Kahlo collection. It's called Roots. It's an amazing coppery gold glitter that I also really love. And these are my favorite fall colors that I use whenever I'm doing fall manicures. And this is Molten Lava, kind of a newer Mooncat polish. It's kind of a pinky orange jelly, but the gold glitter in it is really like in the vein of what I had in mind for this manicure. So I used a little bit of that one as well. And then I did an overcoat of Halo Taco's Reflective Taco. I think Mooncat has a polish that's like this, but it's just that really reflective glitter, but it's like really scant, so it gives you just a really pretty like sprinkle. And then I have some black Queen stamping polish. It's called Blackjack. It is for the actual stamps themselves, and maybe I'll try to do a little freehand to show you that. It's not very scary to do that. You guys totally can. I believe in you. Okay? And so we are going to do a little blending. So I have a little makeup blender here. In case we do a little freehanding, I have a couple brushes. And then I have my stamping supplies, which is my little jelly stamper, my card, and then this is the plate I used for it. It's a Mr. Fox Halloween set. It just has like these trees and graves. That's what I used. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? Let me move my stuff around. All right, so we're going to start by basing out all the nails in this dark chocolate nude brown by Mooncat, Kafkaesque. Mooncat creams are the best. They almost never need more than 2 coats. And they're just rich and creamy and wonderful, and I love them. your cat running down the stairs. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning right now, so all my many moon kittens are running around like crazy people. We have a 16-week-old kitten right now, our newest addition, and he's a Lynx Point Siamese, and he's very smart, but he is 16 weeks old, and so he's a little bit of a jerk. He'll be running around, I'm sure, getting in the way. All right, I'm going to pause for a second and let these dry. Alrighty, folks, so I've done a second coat and allowed these to dry pretty well. And so now we're going to be doing some blending. So I have my little blender brush here. Let me zoom out just a little bit. So the Aura spot blending is pretty in vogue right now. So I'm just putting a little bit of gold, kind of bigger than I want the spot to be. So I've been seeing this a lot on Instagram and Facebook, and it's really cute, and I really wanted this to look like maybe a full moon behind a hazy sky. So I make the gold center a little bit bigger than I actually want it to be on the nail, and then I go over with brown around that and over the border of the gold, and then another drop of gold right in the middle to really make that pop. Okay, and because I've based this out in the brown already, and the stamping polishes there are super pigmented, so it only takes a couple little dabs and you have a really nice little aura spot there. Okay, that one a little off center. Hope my sister likes it. Let me get in a little closer for the next one. Sometimes you have to do this in multiple layers, especially if you're going from a clear or a base color to several different colors on top. You might have to do it, reapply your paint and do this several times on each nail. But these pigments are so good in stamping polishes and in Mooncat. That's kind of it, right? That one's a little off center. That's okay. So those are our aura spot things. Let's see if we can kind of fix this one that's off center. And just sort of dab some brown right there. See, that's better. That makes me feel better. Okay, and so on the other ones, I had more of a, it was like a tip. It wasn't like a half and half ombre. So I did like a little stroke of brown. For most of the nail. And just a little bit of gold at the bottom, and always make sure that your polishes overlap or you'll just have a stripe. You won't get your ombre. Okay, and so we're just putting a little bit of gold on the tips here. So just add that on a little bit. Pretty nice. Okay. So we'll just do that on the remaining nails. And so the gold spot in the sky, I want it to kind of look like a full moon, or maybe a like a lamp post in the distance, a street light maybe. But this, maybe there's like a city, or maybe it's dawn or dusk, and so we're just kind of lighting the horizon here on our autumn evening dreaming nails. And so everything else after this is just going to be a little bit of accent touches. Okay, so I'm going to give these just a second to dry. All right, so to create a little bit more of a center spot in our little aura, I'm going to dab on a little bit of molten lava in the middle of this here. And so when you dab a glitter polish onto a sponge like this, it only lays down the glitter, so you don't get that, like, I'm not going to get that pinky jelly on there as much. It's just going to look like a little bit of gold glitter, kind of coppery. Go over it a couple times until it's kind of the effect that I want. All right, and then I'm going to repeat that on all my other aura spot nails. I usually do my thumb and ring as my accent nails. You can do whatever you want, but I just like to give them a slightly different look. It's kind of boring when they're all the same, like the ones I have on my nails now, all the same. Kind of boring. These are going to be a little bit more fun. Okay, so now you can see there's just like kind of a coppery gold sheen in the middle of the gold. Okay, and so while we're waiting for a couple of things to dry, turn these around this way. So let's say my sister has these on her nails like this. So it's gonna be this hand, so we're gonna go like this with some molten lava. And if you guys are true moon kittens, you know that this dries flat, which I really like. In some cases it's really pretty, but we're gonna put a topper on this so that it is gonna be sparkly and shiny. Okay, so this is just kind of like, maybe it's some like weirdly lit clouds in the distance, maybe it's miasma, I don't know. It's cool, right? In Texas, where I live, we have really bad storms a couple times a year. In late summer, or I mean late spring, early summer, and then in fall we will sometimes get tornadoes, and the sky will turn this weird yellow color, and it's because it gets real hazy, and I don't know, it's just strange. I don't know how else to describe it. And you know, fall would be the time where we would get a freak tornado, right? So that's kind of what the sky would look like if we had a bad storm in autumn and there was a full moon out there in the distance. All right, so now I'm going to take, this is Roots. It's the Eliminates, I don't know, it was a, what do they do that, like they co-opted with another brand to make these, and this is like a Frida Kahlo set that I love. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to put roots on the tips, like kind of an ombre going up, to give some kind of glittery interest at the bottom of the nails here. It's way too much. Let's dry brush it on. There, I meant it to more look like that. Okay, so we're just kind of going on top of the, where the gold is. And then sort of blending up just like the gold does. Okay, I got a little heavy-handed on this one, so I'm gonna mop up some of that glitter. Or I'm gonna dry brush the others. So like this really beautiful red, coppery gold. So pretty. Just dry brushing. There, that's pretty. All right. Now let's take a peek at these. I think I put roots on top of molten lava in the aura spot. Okay, so let's do that here. And definitely the dry brush, just a little bit. And I am gonna blend that off just a little bit. It's just a little bit more subtle. And now, of course, I have a cat hair on this one. I blended a cat hair into my aura spot. And we'll get that later. All right, I'm gonna pause and let these dry a bit. Okay, all dry and the hair is gone. So now I'm gonna take this one. It's another old polish by Live Love Polish. It's like a black jelly with Mardi Gras on the inside. I don't know, it's just really fun. All right, and so I'm gonna put that kind of around where I put molten lava, kind of like, I don't know, snow-capped mountains or something. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I just let the nails make themselves, I guess. So it gives just a little bit of like purple and gold to that orange. And so like maybe I'm suggesting Halloween. Yeah, I think that's kind of, it's not like really spooky, but maybe it's spooky season. Maybe we should think about a little purple and orange in our life. My kids are going back to school on Monday, so that means it's fall, right? It's time to get into the fall mood. All right, now I put those on kind of heavy, So I am going to give them a pause to dry. Alright, so we are going to do just one coat of this Reflective Taco by Hollow Taco on each nail before we get down to our stamping business. This glitter is really sparse. That's what's pretty about it. But I like to give it a really generous coat. Isn't that pretty? It just sparkles like the night sky. It's so beautiful. It's my favorite topper. It's even like hard to take pictures of because it's so reflective. Now that was a pretty generous coat, so I'm going to give these a couple minutes to dry, and then I gotta like set up for stamping, which is always a pain, but it's so cute. All right, one more second. Alrighty, so I got my stamping plate here. I cleaned it and all my other stuff thoroughly, so we'll get some good pickups. My trusty lint roller. Okay. Cute. Let me clean up and get ready for the next one. Alright, and now we're going to move on to the pointer finger and middle finger stamps, which is this row of graves. Alright, so this is a pretty long row of graves, and my sister's nails are smaller, so let's see how far we can get just one stamp. Not bad. There we go. Okay. I'm going to set all this stuff aside and we'll do a little hand painting on another one. Okay, and I'll do this one later. Let's see here. Oh, I had to move my light because it was shining in my eyes with the stamping plate. Okay, let's see here. We might even, let's see. Let's freehand a little tree on our ring finger here. We're gonna channel Bob Ross for a sec. I use my scraper as a paint palette sometimes. Alright. Let's see, what would Bob Ross do? Let's get like slightly sturdier. So let's have a tree that comes down like that. Okay, and then maybe it has a branch that comes down like this. And one like this. And then that one's gonna have little branches coming off of it, right? Let's not overdo it. Let's see here. See, if I can do it, you can do it. That is not as, you know, clean and perfect as the stamp, but you can definitely freehand this. I believe in you, okay? All right, let me do the other set and then we'll go back in for touch-ups. Okay, so some finishing touches here. I don't know if you guys can see this very well because this is a very dark set. But the ground around the graves, I think, needs to be a little bit more prominent. So I'm going to freehand a little bit of ground there below, between like the tombstones and stuff like that. So just little ground. Think of it as the tiniest little black French tip. Okay, I'm gonna finish these off with a top coat, but this is basically it. So why don't we compare the set I made yesterday with these. so hard to get these on camera. I really struggled. Here we are. So, dreaming of an autumn evening. What we have here is some silhouettes against a hazy autumn sky with maybe a full moon or a city in the background with some street lights. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3, easy. You can do it. I know you